Hello, good morning, students. Today we are going to learn the topic, the scope and approaches in engineering ethics from the unit Engineering Ethics. So, what is meant by ethics? Ethics is the study of moral principles and how they guide people's decisions and actions. And ethics can also be defined as a moral philosophy that explores how to live a good life and how to keep our rights and responsibilities in a social life and personal life, and the language of thinking good, thinking bad, or the language of which is right or which is wrong, and all moral decisions are part of it, ethics. So the ethics is concerned with other people's interest, society's interest, and God's interest. It guides people to tell the truth, keep their promises, or help someone in need. So the scope of ethics in two aspects. One is the ethics of the workplace, another one is ethics related to product or work. So in workplace, which is involving the co-workers and employees in an organization, and in the product or work, which is involving the transportation, warehousing and use, besides the safety of the end product and the environment outside the factory. It has two folds. So ethics of the workplace as an internal, it has three parameters as confidentiality, fairness and respect. So confidentiality is an engineer's, if an engineer discovers a colleague's mistake that could compromise project safety, they must decide whether to report it or potentially jeopardizing their colleague's job. So that's it. That's an example. And fairness, a manager favors promoting an employee based on personal connections rather than merit. So an engineer must choose between speaking out or staying silent. This is a kind of ethics in workplace. And another one example is respect. An engineer witness harassment or discrimination toward a co-worker, they must decide whether to intervene or report the incident to the people. So this is the ethics in internal. Now that ethics related to product or work is external example. So what is that? Safety. An automotive engineer discovers a design flaw that could lead to accidents. They must decide whether to notify the management or potentially to delaying the production. So another situation of example where the environmental impact is there. A chemical engineer realizes a new process will harm local wildlife. So they must choose between modifying the process or risking their job. So that risk, if the chemical engineer is taking, how it will, what kind of consequences he will face, he must be aware about that. And product integrity is, take an example of a software engineer is asked to conceal vulnerabilities in a program. So they must decide between complying or potentially harming users. So these are the scope of ethics in external level related to product and work. So there are two approaches when handling in ethics. One is micro ethics, other one is macro ethics. In micro ethics, which is dealing with decisions and problems of individuals, professionals and companies. For example, plagiarism in research or making a journal article, and the conflict of interest when the two parties are taking an agreement with a common things or agenda. And honesty and data privacy, false advertising and testing integrity, all IPR issues, intellectual property issues are micro level ethics. And macro level ethics are dealing with the societal problems or on a regional level or a national level. Example, if climate changes affecting the policy, or if the artificial intelligence regulations is affecting the new educational system, or the educational policy which is drafted, how it create an impact in the society, or the trade agreements, how it is affecting the import and export, or income inequality among the workforce or the employees, how it create an impact in tax, and how the infrastructure development is being affected by the technology. So all these examples are the micro level and macro level, how it makes the differences, right? Let us see in the next class. Thank you.